of the most interesting shows I know is a television dating show called If You Love Me. I was once invited to be part of the audience.
Welcome to our show, If You Love Me. We have one handsome man and three lovely ladies.
Hello, I'm Wang. I'm from China. I'm 28 years old. I studied math at the University of Transoceania last year. If you were there, you might have seen me.
Ladies, if you like this man, please vote now. Two of the girls have voted for you and want to know you better. Who do you want to talk to first?
Number 3.
I like you, even though you studied maths and I studied history. If my mother were here, she would say you're a nice boy. I want to learn more about your life.
Let's look at your first video clip.
I was quite poor when I was younger. We lived in a small house and I had to help my parents all day. Even if I had homework, I still helped them with their fish farm. I had 70 fish tanks in my bedroom. If I can look after a fish, I can look after a girl.
I'd like to ask a question. If you had more money when you were younger, would you have bought a faster car?
If I had more money, I would have given it to my parents. And maybe I would have bought a fast car too. But whenever I see someone in trouble, I like to help them. I think you should always stop and help someone, unless they are too dangerous. If you always give, you will always have.
That sounds very, very generous. Let's see another video clip.
I want to find a girlfriend, otherwise I will be lonely. My ideal girl is honest. There's a saying that if you walk on snow, you cannot hide your footprints. Provided that we are both honest with each other and communicate well, I think we could be very happy.
What would you do if you found your ideal girl?
I'm in Australia now, so I'd take her to China.
I always try to be honest and kind if I can be. But I have a pet snake. Would that be a problem?
Yes, I have lots of fish at home, as well as some pet mice.
If I'm correct, you have no more questions for him. Wrong. Is she the right girl for you?
If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. If you see the right girl, you know. As long as she doesn't bring her pet snake to live with us, she's the one for me.
Are you willing to leave the snake behind?
Yes.
Go and take her hand if you want to be with her. If not, say thank you and leave without her. You made a big sacrifice for him. Is he worth it?
Yes.
Congratulations. I hope you both will be very happy. You will have a pair of fashion shoes for your first date. And for your holiday in Harbin, we have these nice boots.
Oh, Harbin is my hometown.
What a lovely couple, and what a lovely show, If You Love Me. There were lots of if expressions in it. We can use if in lots of ways, to talk about facts, predictions, and imaginary situations. English learners are often taught 4 different kinds of conditional sentences using if, called 0, first, second, and third conditional. For example,
If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils.
That's a zero conditional. It describes a scientific fact, something that happens any time. And here's a first conditional.
If you always give, you will always have.
This is making a strong prediction about the future. And here's a second conditional.
What would you do if you found your ideal girl?
That second conditional is used for something that is possible. Wong might meet his ideal girl. It's what we call a hypothetical situation because it could possibly happen. And here is a third conditional.
If I had had more money, I would have given it to my parents. And maybe I would have bought a fast car too.
The young man is talking about an impossible, totally imaginary situation. He didn't have much money, so he didn't buy a fast car. That's called a counterfactual situation because it didn't happen and we can't change the past. You might be familiar with zero, first, second and third conditionals. However, there are many more kinds of conditional sentences using all kinds of tenses, as we saw in the dating show. Look at the show again and see how many you can identify. This chart divides conditionals up into 9 types based on whether they are factual, predicting the future, hypothetical or counterfactual. You can see that lots of tenses are possible. This example uses a modal verb, should, and a present tense.
I think you should always stop and help someone, unless they are too dangerous.
We can also use other words instead of if in a conditional clause. For example, we could say unless, provided that, or whenever. There are lots of examples on the English for Uni website, and you can see the chart in more detail there too. If you've learnt something more about conditionals today, I'll be very happy.